Hello lovely Virgos, welcome to your November reading with me, Lorien at Wellington Witch. Welcome back if you are a returning subscriber, and welcome if you're new here. You may notice that I don't have my usual setup of crystals. It's Halloween when I'm recording this. It's very windy and breezy and stormy, and my crystals are on the windowsill, going to be charging under the full moon as soon as it rises. So let's just have a look at Virgo. This is Sun, Moon, Rising for Virgo, so please do check out the others. Ooh, come on, come back to me. There we go. Right. Let's have a look-see. See what's going on for my gorgeous Virgos. I have a lot of Virgo friends and friends with Virgo placements, so this is going to be interesting to see. There's a tendency to want to surround yourself with nice things, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but it's comforts. You're wanting a lot of comforts this November. Okay. So we have the Hermit, Three of Pentacles, Moon in reverse, and also the High Priestess in reverse. So you actually do have quite a few major arcanas, but a little bit weird in energy. I also want to say that reversals do not mean nasty things, it's just that the energy isn't flowing the right way. So let's say I'm also going to do some clarifiers with the Everyday Witch Tarot, and this is the Druidcraft Tarot if you are interested in what cards I'm using. So let's see. Okay, so yeah, I feel like you're wanting to surround yourself with nice things. You don't want to be lonely. I think that's also something, not that you're very self-sufficient, you're very capable, you're very able to be alone and happy in your own company, but it just feels like you want comfort of coziness. You want the comfort of somebody around you. You want that kind of cuddly support, and that could come in the form of anything. Children, friends, family, loved ones, you know, it could be anything like that. It just feels a little bit more necessary right now, because for some reason this Hermit, although you're doing very, very well, introspection, searching, guidance, it just feels like you want a little bit more. You want something a little bit more than normal. And you know, with it being in your third house, you know, third house season, if you're Virgo rising, it could be to do with communication and, you know, social interests, you know, being too much in your mind, being too mercurial a little bit this month. I also feel like maybe for some of you it could be that you're actually wanting to get a little bit, if I can speak, philosophical, maybe change some education that you're going into, or learn something new even. You could be looking at how you can increase your wisdom. But this is basically teamwork. So I feel like you don't want to do it necessarily alone. You want to prove that you have a lot of skill. You want to prove that you have what it takes, and I do believe you have what it takes. I feel you're going to be presenting yourself to people. Like, look at me, I'm really good. So either way, I think to summarize, just at the moment, it is you want support. You want support for something that you've worked on for a long time, or something that you've been considering for a long time. You want teamwork, you want collaboration, you want support, and that is to do with your communication. Now I say, Virgo risings, this is your kind of month of communication. This is your Scorpio season, basically. So it could be something to do with that you're looking into. Let me just get these cards. Let's get some clarification on the first two cards for Virgo, please. And also the full moon in Taurus, again, if you're a Virgo rising on today, is basically your 9th house of philosophy and higher education. So, you know, cross-cultural relations, maybe you're wanting to, or longing to travel somewhere, you're feeling a bit cooped up. Just some clarification, please. Alright, they said this one. Oh, and maybe this one too, because I'm bringing this one out anyway. Okay, so you've, oh, interesting. You have the 9 of Cups, so you are going to get what you wished for. But it just seems like you could be two sides of an opposite here. Either you're going to get what you wish for, or you're focusing too much on disappointments, or that something, I feel like you wanted to celebrate something, my Virgos, or there's something good happening, but there's also a kind of loss surrounding it. Like you focus on a bit of spilt milk, and maybe a little bit in your feelings, but this is, you're getting what you wish for. You're getting something better maybe than what has passed. So please don't worry too much about anything to do with what you may have lost, or the things that may have passed you by, or the things that you missed out on. You're getting what you wish in some way. It could be a Cancerian, because there's a Cancer here, little crab. It just feels a lot like you may be focused on inner work, but you're worried that it's not going to be enough for other people. And to be honest, I'm here to tell you it will be. Your fears are unfounded. The moon in reverse is about illusions and imagination, letting your imagination run away with you, your fears and stuff, bewilderment. So I think that's in full effect, but it's kind of your own doing. As kind as I can say, please turn it upside down. Please turn this energy back into the center and focus on the High Priestess as well, because this is very much your inner calling, your higher self. This is your inner spiritual wisdom. They want you to activate that. They want you to embrace that. Let me just get some more cards for these two. But the fears that you have and the worries that you have, it's a year meant for worrying. 2020 has just been a year meant for anxieties, worrying, disruption. And I feel like you've had it more than most. In some ways, it just feels like everything has been happening, and you know, you've just been very concerned about how things can work. Can we get just some clarifiers for Virgo here? Okay, so that one's for this one. This one's for... Okay, again, yeah. So again, we have a similar setup to these cards, and that this is like, oh, for God's sake, oh, I'm so tired, I can't do this, and your emotions may be all over the place. But the Knight of Swords is telling you that you can charge, you can fly, you can lift yourself into action here. This is forward motion. This is having had the plan, the idea, the clarity, the victory, and you're now going forwards into something that gives you that curious energy, a boost. And that feels a lot like you're ready to soar, but it's just a worry of, will I get another opportunity? I'll keep hitting a brick wall here. But I think that you're looking in the wrong places, maybe. I think it's just that you need to be focusing on this. And again, looking at 3, maybe there's 3 things that you feel you've missed out on this year. But there is something coming. What you're wishing for is coming. It just may not be in the timing or even the form as to what you thought. But this is ready for you to soar. It's ready for you to make haste. It's getting ready for you to change. And I think you need to be preparing yourself a little bit for that change. It could literally be the smallest thing that changes, but then it rolls into something bigger. 3 of Wands, therefore, on the High Priestess is saying this is where you're supposed to be preparing and foresight. So this is your communication again, along with the 3. This is making sure you have all your ducks in a row, but communicating with your higher self. Communicating with that voice in your head that tells you the instinctive things, not the negative things. It's not listening to the voice that goes, you'll never get this, or he's not right for you. It's not listening to that one. It's listening to the voice that says, I think we should do this, in a very even, intuitive tone. It's where you just know things. It's like similar to, what do I want for dinner? And maybe your body answers you. It says, we could do with some protein, we could do with some more vegetables today because yesterday you had a pizza, so we need this and this and this. It's just listening to the balance of your body. This is listening to the balance of spirit. So it's listening to yourself, it's listening for the signs, listening to, you know, what everything is telling you, really. I think it's very important as well, while you're maybe being a little bit of a hermit, even though you may be with people, you may still feel very insular. It feels very important that you do explore and listen to things that maybe you haven't thought about, that you do consider things that come up as they come up and deal with them then, instead of letting them pile up and then just kind of pushing them away. But I do think forward motion is very important. I think listening to yourself is important this month. Getting in touch again with your intuition, because that's very, very strong for you. And I do think that, with this year being what it has been, letting pressure get on top of you is very easily done. It's now time to recalibrate and go for what you need. Go for what you believe in, and also do something for you, basically. I think that's very important, to listen to yourself, do something very much for yourself, and put that into action. So, without further ado, my lovely Virgos, do let me know in the comments below if this resonated with you. If you want to check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, please do so. And in the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other. I'll speak to you very, very soon.